reopening here coming up. It's
Yeah.
hard to believe too long.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and yeah, it's hard to really pinpoint like how it's what's going to happen or how it's going to happen, but it's exciting to be in this position right now, and yeah, we're really excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to get back to doing live shows. I've been craving it for so long and missing it for so long that it's time.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And I think the KW audiences for sure are going to be coming out that missing of concerts and live music and the connections they make. I mean, on that, the programming, I guess you've got quite a diverse lineup, but maybe
Yeah.
touch on what some of those shows that you're excited about, or that, you know, the greater Waterloo, Kitchener-Waterloo area should be excited about coming up in the next few months.
Well, I think the first show is probably going to be the most exciting to me, just because it's our first show back, and
Yeah,
that's Julian Taylor and Friends, and that's an exciting show to me. Like, Julian's going to come out and play for a little bit, and then followed by a bunch of guest artists, this is a one-off show, and no one else is going to be able to do it. No one else is going to be able to replicate it. It's pretty exciting for us to have Julian trust us to do this show.
mm-hmm. Yeah, very unique for sure.
You know, like people like Terra Lightfoot and Tom Wilson. And I'm excited to see Moscow Apartment. I think that there's tons of worthwhile bands, including Amanda Rheaume and a bunch of different people that probably will never grace the stage together ever again.
Yeah, well, and the exciting thing about that, it's like you said, it's not only the first night back, but, you know, rather than just seeing one artist, I mean, you get to see, it's like
it's an
going to a
all-star
festival. Yeah,
it's an all-star showcase basically of great talent, and I can't wait to see it. And we're also live streaming it, which is pretty exciting too, because not only is this a one-time show, it's a live stream to a national audience.
mm-hmm. That's amazing.
It just we get to showcase our venue and how wonderful it is and why we think it's so special.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Quite honest, to get up and running again and doing the things that we normally do.
Maybe just first, for those who, you know, aren't quite as familiar with your career, maybe just a little bit of kind of your journey the last number of years. You started with, you know, Staggered Crossing back in the 90s, and you've been in this crazy business ever since. Hard to believe. Yeah, maybe you could just a quick snapshot of you know, some of the highlights there.
There's just too many.
I know.
What I'm most shocked about is that I'm still here, and now, even though I think I'm a young buck, I'm now on the other side of maybe, you know, a young veteran rather than just a kid doing this anymore, because it's been such a long time. But I'm so excited about being able to present this show at Center in the Square with so many friends.
And that's, I mean, exciting. This show coming up at Center in the Square. What?
Well, that all came to be because I was, you know, this is all with the support of Factor and their live music venue grant.
Right. Okay.
So Center in the Square was celebrating their 40th anniversary was coming up, and I had this idea of doing a show similar to like what the Last Waltz was, you know, Julian Taylor and Friends, people that I really respect in the music world here in Canada, and who have been friends of mine for quite some time, some new friends, some old friends, and thought, wouldn't it be cool to put on some sort of concert that way, and make sure that everybody, you know, gets together and gets paid to play and has a great time. And it just sort of matched with Center in the Square's 40th anniversary, and they really wanted to do the show with me. So that's how that came to pass. It's really exciting. We got Tom Wilson, Terra Lightfoot, Amanda Rheaume, um, Dione Taylor, KUNLE. We've got Moscow Apartment. Christa Couture is going to host it, as well as Mikhail Laxton is on the show. So very cool. And the venue is amazing. And it's sort of really nice because I'm going to be able to go through my entire career and play songs from back in the Staggered Crossing days to the Julian Taylor band up until my recent foray into the solo music.
Mhm. I mean, like you said, it's the way this industry is, and you've been in it this long. You've found, and come across along the way so many friends, right?
Mhm.
It must have been hard to kind of handpick who would join you for this event. I mean,
I had some people
maybe.
that I asked and they weren't available, which is okay, and some people were. So when it came to it, it was just like, I really miss being backstage or at a festival with all of the musicians, not just the
Mhm.
people in my group. It's so nice to, and over the last couple of years, we haven't been able to do that. So this is one way to get everybody in the same room, backstage, obviously safely,
Yeah.
but yeah, very exciting, very excited. And
Yeah. So Julian actually asked me in person, which during COVID is a great feat for two musicians to be together. But we were playing the Canmore Folk Festival out in Alberta when they were in a serious lockdown. So it got changed to a live stream. Instead, it was supposed to be like, this big folk fest outdoors, super fun. And it ended up, we just like were confined, all the artists, to one room in this little theater. And that day we did a sound check, and for some reason everyone just hung out. It was a very collaborative show. Steve Dawson was the music director, and Don Pemberton was on it, and DDO, Julie and me. It was so much fun. Anyway, we're just sitting there doing nothing in sound check, and he said, "What are you doing on November 18th?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, do you want to come play in Kitchener with me?" I said, "Yeah." And he just said he was inviting a bunch of people. It'll be like a last waltz kind of thing. Tom Wilson was on the bill, Amanda Rheaume, and her guitar player, who I just met, Kyler Tapscott is his name. That kid can wail. I just saw him with Jimmy Boskill at another gig in
Oh,
a
wow.
studio
Yeah.
thing. But also Center in the Square, as you know, is like a wicked venue. The crew and the staff are always amazing. I've played there several times. I brought my variety show,
That's
Longest
right.
Road show there a couple of years ago. And I remember that show just being, I think it was our first one, but it was lucky that Kitchener was the first one, because it was like, okay, we know it's not going to be rough, and it wasn't. It was great. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I love Julian, love his tunes, and can't wait.
Yeah, and I guess part of it, as you mentioned, I mean, it's kind of a reopening and celebration of getting together with friends and playing live music again, which I know myself especially, and so many people, one thing that you've missed throughout this pandemic is there's nothing like that feeling of going and seeing a concert and connecting with others. So I guess
Yeah.
you, as much as you reference there, as much as a fan, or I mean a musician yourself, part of the bill, you're looking forward to uh, playing with others and hearing others perform too.
Mm-hmm. I got to sing actually with Julian when we were in Canmore. I sang backups on his song, The Ballad of a Young Troubadour and The Ridge. And those songs have been stuck in my head, since the middle of the summer. So I'm excited to get to, hope he lets me sing on one of them again. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. But I think,
And you,
I think it's exactly what you're saying. There's a huge energy exchange. I read an article at the beginning of the pandemic, Roseanne Cash put out
yeah,
about,
that was a fantastic essay. Yeah,
yeah, did you read that one? I mean, like just
yeah,
it's 50% what the audience gives to us. And so this is our opportunity to actually be able to participate in that exchange after a long time of not being able to do that.
mhm. And I guess for you, that I'm sure that's something you've missed tremendous. Have you played many shows yet in the last while, or is it just little by little they're coming back, these gigs and opportunities.
Yeah, it was kind of like nothing until June. And then I think in June, some restrictions got lifted and promoters were like, wow, okay, we're booking for next week and the week after. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to do a bunch of gigs. I was really busy in the last couple months. But now obviously that's kind of chilled out. I'm doing a great kitchen party show with Jim Cuddy and the fam, and then Julian the same week. So it's just going to be like full on. I was talking to Matt Anderson yesterday, and we were talking about how much we miss our road family, like the people that we're used to seeing. And it's just like any job, when you go to work, you get to experience like commonality and like bonding with those people that are doing the same thing as you. It doesn't matter what you do for a living.
For sure.
But for us, it's like really a creative venture. It's like so emotional sometimes, depending on who you are, I guess. But so I'm really looking forward to just seeing my friends and hanging out, and yeah, this is going to be a good opportunity for that too.